All right, let's turn back to the death of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny and bring in Professor Michael Kimmage, Department Chair of History at the Catholic University of America. Michael, good to be with you today. Talk to us more about Alexei Navalny, what his death signals, and why it's so consequential.
Well, it's not as if he was the head of an active opposition movement in Russia. That was crushed long ago. But he represents in Russia and clearly to the world a voice of conscience, a voice of independence, and somebody who clearly had the courage to openly criticize Vladimir Putin, not just for his conduct of the war, but for personal corruption and the corruption of the Putin regime. So in the end, I think the person killed yesterday or today was less a politician than a symbol of an alternative Russia. And that I think is what has elicited so much emotion.
Yeah, in his final statement in his appeal against his imprisonment back in 2021, that is, Navalny surprised people by quoting the Bible and saying, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied." He then went on to say, "While I am certainly not really enjoying the place where I am, I have no regrets about coming back or about what I am doing. It's fine because I did the right thing." Your thoughts on that?
Well, precisely. Your biblical quote really frames the largest significance that Navalny has and will continue to have after his life, and that he is a martyr. And he has martyred himself for the cause of opposition, of criticism, freedom of conscience, freedom to speak the truth. And that's really where the power of this person resides. He kind of knew that this was going to happen. He suggested it a few times. He willingly met his fate and did so, I think, really for purposes of martyrdom.
Yeah, and we have seen pictures of people, laying flowers and monuments dedicated to victims of political repression after his death was announced. How do you think this is resonating with people in Russia and around the world? And what do you think will come from his death?
I don't see any real political change coming in Russia because of this. There may be scattered protests, but I think the government will put them down. Navalny will now represent something very important in Russian life, and he will continue to do so. And I think for the outside world, it's not a great surprise that this happened, unfortunately, but it is confirmation of the trend of the last 4 or 5, 10 years in Russia, where Russia has become a dictatorship unwilling to tolerate any kind of opposition. So if you were in doubt about that 24 hours ago, you shouldn't be today.
Professor Kimmage, thank you so much for coming on and for your insights. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.